Scorpio, welcome to your reading. Welcome to the Esoteric Empire. This is for the beginning of September. So we're going to see what's going on for you. So the first thing I want to start off with is some of the good things that are going to be happening for you during this time. So you actually got three different cards, or three events rather, that will be happening for you during this time. So the first one we have is Memories of Love. Okay, so usually this card is about reuniting with someone, but I feel like it's not about romance. I feel like this has a lot more to do with people or friends or family members that you missed, or people who bring a good feeling or frequency around you. So for example, it's kind of like the feeling of going to a birthday party for one of your family members, or going to a family reunion, talking about old times, memories, things like that. So your first understanding of what love was, not the romanticized version, but you know, family, friends, you know, that type of energy. So I feel like this is something you're going to be experiencing during this time of September. We also have Sacrifice here. So I'm not sure exactly what this means for you, so we're going to see exactly what this Sacrifice card means. And then we also have Universe here. So this card means that you're moving on to a new chapter in your life, okay? So this means that you've probably separated from someone, or maybe you've ended an old job, or maybe you've disconnected from someone who was very toxic, or just, you know, whatever needed to end, you have already done that. And so now you're able to start fresh during this time, which I think is a really beautiful thing to do during Virgo season, which is, you know, the season that we're in right now. You also have, clarifying this, you have the Nine of Swords. So this lets me know that you're going to have a lot less stress or panicking or expecting the worst. You're not going to be doing that during this time. But I think it's because you've separated from whatever or whoever was causing those feelings, you know, of not being sure, not knowing if you're capable to do something, or just having being paranoid about, you know, things that could go wrong. You're not doing that anymore, and I think it's because you're around the right people. So I do want to see what this Sacrifice energy is here for. Okay, so you had to get rid of something that was no longer bringing you happiness, okay? So this definitely could be a person. It's almost like, you know, when you deal with someone, let's say it's a family member, right? It doesn't have to always be about, you know, your partner, but if it is, you know what I'm talking about. Let's say that you have a family member who you really love and you always want to be there for, but they always complain. And so eventually you're realizing that they just keep taking and draining your energy. And you're like, I don't really want to be around that anymore. So maybe you have to sacrifice, you know, breaking it to them and letting them know, look, if you're going to always be this negative, I can't be around you. So sacrifice doesn't have to be negative. It just means that you're getting rid of something so that you can actually be happier, so that you can enjoy yourself. At least in this setting, that's what this means, okay, within your reading. All right, so what you're realizing during this time, okay, we have the Queen of Cups and we also have the Eight of Swords. So I feel like the first thing you're realizing is that you're really able to draw in or make things happen that you may have thought was impossible at one point. I'm seeing that for whatever reason, you're realizing you have a lot of ability to do that, to bring in things that you want in your life. We have the Eight of Swords here. So I think you were realizing that if anything was holding you back, it was yourself, or it was your mindset. You know, you could have been just really negative, or you could be a person who's always downing yourself, or making yourself or being very critical of yourself and not finding a solution. So you're like, maybe I should do better with that. Maybe I should stop, what's the word I'm looking for? Just being negative, you know? And I think you would have these plans and visions of things and things that you want, and you would always shut it down. Like, you didn't even have to tell anyone else about it. You just immediately shut it down for yourself. So I think you're realizing during this time, you don't have to do that, and you stop doing that so that you can actually work on getting what you want instead of just saying it's not possible, okay? Yeah, we have Two of Pentacles. So if there were some things, you know, practically that you were saying, well, it's not, I can't do this because I can't afford it, or I don't have the time to make something happen. Whatever you're trying to make happen, you're realizing, okay, it may not be as easy as I think, but it is possible. And I think that's a huge shift, because when you realize that something is possible, you may, you know, still have those doubts about if you can do it, but at the same time, you're at least looking at, okay, what do I need to do? What steps do I need to take to make something happen? And you're definitely doing that at this time. You have the Eight of Cups. You also realize that because you've moved on, or let's say you have moved on, you're realizing because you've moved on, there's only new opportunities available. And if you have not moved on from whatever was holding you back, or that cycle that you were with of emotional conflict, with whoever this person was, and you realize, okay, I do need to move on so that I can make something happen. Some of you, I'm seeing you're having doubts if you can move on, or if you can afford to leave, or if you can escape. For some of you, I'm seeing that as well too. So Scorpio, understand that whatever you need to happen, especially for your emotional sanity and your mental sanity, you have to make that happen. You have to just make the movements to get the ball rolling. Okay, so whatever you want to happen, that's what's going to manifest. So even if you're thinking, I can't do it, that's the energy you're going to be living in. So you want to make sure that you're just focused on the solution that you want, the result that you want, and then what steps do you have to make to move towards that. And I think that's something you definitely will be working on during this time of September. The outcome of this is the 2 of Wands and 8 of Wands. So as soon as you mentally say, I want this to happen, I want to do this in my career, I want to do this in my love life, I want to do this in my everyday lifestyle, you are able to do that. You figure out what steps you have to make, and you start moving towards that. You start realizing what you want your future to look like. Now I want you to pay attention to this 8 of Wands. This 8 of Wands is literally saying this progress will happen extremely, extremely fast, but you have to know which direction you want to go in. Okay, so that's all I need you to focus on at this time. Realize what you want your future to look like. Make a plan to some extent of what you have to do in order to make that a reality, and then start making movements to do that, because it looks like you're very supported, because it's been time for you to do this, and I think you're finally ready to move forward. All right, so congratulations on whatever you're starting. So now let's look and see what you can prepare for. What's some things that are coming your way that you may want to, watch out for, or you want to prepare for, so that you're ready for it. Okay, so we have the Moon and we have Ace of Water. So this is very, very, very simple. There is a new love interest coming into your life. Okay, now this could be a spiritual connection, or it could be romantic, or it could be both. Okay, but this is definitely coming towards you. I think it has something to do with the moon cycle. So the next full moon, or even the new moon, because I believe that's September 6th. There is going to be a new moon, but I believe a full moon, you probably will see something happening within your love life. Okay, let's get some information. Strength. Okay, so it could be with the Leo. All right, it also could just mean that you are finding someone who sees the growth, or they see that you're I don't know, it's like you're working on yourself internally, and so somehow, some way, someone is coming towards you to match you. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, so this looks like the perfect person for you. I think they have a very stable lifestyle, and I think that's something that you want. And I also feel like this is whatever you try to manifest in who you want or what you would like, that is what's happening. Like, that's who's being manifested here. Yes. This is very good. This is extremely good. It's almost like exactly the person that you want is who you're getting. So you better be very specific on what you want, okay? Because that is definitely coming towards you. If not at the end of September, sometime during the rest of this year, this is happening. You're meeting this person. Okay, let's see a little bit more about who this person is. Okay, so it could be a Libra. They could be recently divorced, or they've been married before, or just getting out of a relationship, something like that. Okay, so you can expect that is what I'm seeing. Okay, so hopefully both of you guys have been doing some healing work, but it does look like this is a very stable person, and I feel like this is someone who is spiritual, but they are also very practical. They also plan for the future, so they're very ambitious in that way. They seem very calm, a very, very calm person, and I think that's something that you need at this time. Someone who's a little bit more gentle with your feelings and your emotions, someone to balance you out. Okay, so I'm seeing Libra and Leo energy here. Let's see if there's anything else that I can give you about who this person could be. 7 of Swords. Okay, so this person is someone that I don't think you would realize that this is the person for you. So it's not like you're the person that you imagine, but it is the person, like everything you need is what this person is. Now, I'm also seeing this person can be very secretive. 7 of Swords. Very quiet as well. Like, they don't really speak too much. Like, you're probably the loud person compared to them. They seem to be very chill, quiet, mysterious almost. I do feel like they may have a little bit of a criminal background, or something around that, or maybe they come from a very rough upbringing where they were, about that life at one time. But I am seeing that here. But if anything, they definitely can protect you if need be. Okay, so these are the things that I'm seeing for this new person coming your way. You may already know this person, but maybe you've never seen them in this light. But yeah, Scorpio, this looks like a really nice reading. You definitely are having some major changes in your life, and I know that can be kind of tough sometimes, but it looks like it's working out for the best. You also have some things, some really deep issues that you're realizing you need to fix, so allow that to happen. Don't be rough with yourself. Allow yourself to truly, you know, make those changes and recognize those changes so that you can actually move past this process, and then you can prepare to meet someone who looks to be very good, someone who can understand you, who can relate to you, but can also be there for you in lots of ways that I don't think that you have had in a long time. Okay, so prepare for that. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, Scorpio. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.